Going to head down now to the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, bring in Todd Lewis. Todd, you had a chance to catch up with Rory McIlroy earlier.
Yeah, it did, and there's a lot of news surrounding Rory McIlroy. Of course, the last time we saw Rory, he was competing at the Masters. He missed the cut at Augusta National, which was surprising because he felt very prepared going into that major championship. But what was equally surprising is the fact that Rory McIlroy took the following week off, which was the RBC Heritage, a designated event. It was his second designated event he missed on the PGA Tour this year. So it's been, well, roughly a month that Rory McIlroy has been away from high-level competition, but he's back out here on the PGA Tour. And I did catch up with Rory today while playing a practice round, and I asked him why it was important for him to step away from the tour.
A needed break for me. Just, I think, obviously after the disappointment of Augusta, and then it's been a pretty taxing 12 months mentally. So it was nice to just try to disconnect a little bit and get away from it. But it's nice to come back and feel refreshed. And I think we're on a pretty busy run here from now until after the playoffs. So I'm excited to get going.
Mentally and emotionally, was it taxing on you that warranted the break?
Yeah. I think just a combination of a few things, and I think just after the disappointment of Augusta and how I played there, it was just I think more for my mental and emotional well-being. I just needed to be at home for those few weeks, and but as I said, looking forward to getting back at it this week.
What did that break do for you?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm in a bit of a better headspace than I was. It's that run up to Augusta is always, it's always a stressful enough couple of weeks, just trying to make sure everything's in the right order and making sure your game's in good shape. And I think for me it was a nice reset, because I still had to realize that there's 3 more majors this year. There's a ton left to play for. So I guess it was a little bit like not a new beginning in a way, but it was like, okay, I've played great golf up until then, but sort of need to leave the last 12 months in the rearview mirror and focus on what's ahead of me. And I think the last 3 weeks has helped me sort of gain that perspective and put me back on the right track.
All right, so an equipment change for Rory McIlroy. Well, everything old is new again for him. You remember he played the WGC Dell Technologies Match Play and the Masters with a replica from his 2011 major championship victory, the U.S. Open replica putter then, but that customized putter has now been replaced with the one that he was using, which is a mallet-style putter. He said, I had my best ever putting year on tour last year, so no need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So a familiar putter back in the hands of Rory McIlroy as he competes here for the Wells Fargo Championship, guys.
Todd, speaking of change, what's the latest with Patrick Cantlay? I understand he might have a new caddy this week.
There's no might about it. Big news coming out of the Patrick Cantlay camp, and that is Joe LaCava, who has been the longtime caddy for Tiger Woods since 2011, is now on the bag for Patrick Cantlay in a full-time basis. Patrick Cantlay and Joe LaCava had a conversation about the two working together, and LaCava reached out to Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods gave his blessing to Joe LaCava to be on the bag for Patrick Cantlay again on a full-time basis. This is not a one-off. Now, Mark Steinberg is here on site in Charlotte. Of course, Steinberg is the longtime agent for Tiger Woods, and he said to me that Tiger is kind of like a brother to Joe LaCava. He's going to be out for a while, Tiger will, and when he comes back, it's going to be on a limited schedule, and Joe simply wants to work out here on the PGA Tour, and why not align himself with one of the best players on the planet and Patrick Cantlay. Now, what does that say about Tiger Woods now that Joe LaCava is working for Cantlay? Well, Steinberg said, well, the surgery was a success in regards to his ankle. Now it's a matter of resting, rehabbing, and waiting for the surgery to take in regards to when he will be coming back to compete out here on the world's biggest stage. I asked him, does that mean if he comes back out and competes, is LaCava back on the bag? And he said you kind of see that not happening because Patrick Cantlay now has LaCava on the bag for him full time, but we shall see. But Joe LaCava making some news today, parting ways with Tiger Woods. It was an amicable split and working with Patrick Cantlay now. Guys?
Busy newsy Tuesday in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you very much, T. Lou.